So now basically I have the extension tubes and the lens back on my camera. We're going to add the ring flash. When you purchase a ring flash, it will come with several ring adapters to adjust to the size of lens you actually have. What that allows you to do is just to clip the ring flash right onto the end of whatever lens you have. Most ring flashes come with a bunch of different sizes so that you can use whatever macro lens you actually desire. Now, the ring flash on the back has several settings which are really important. The one that we're going to use the most in Snowflake photography, there's actually two modes that I'm going to go through right now. Allow us to first find the snowflake that we want to use, and then the second is to actually capture it. Now, this just will screw into the flash portion of your camera. But what I'm going to point out is a couple things. The first is once you've turned the ring flash on, which will come on in a second, there we go. What you'll see is, and not very clearly on the webcam, I'm sorry, is that basically I have an LED sensor. Now, there's a few buttons down here which are really important. One of them is called the obvious one. It's the light button. And what the light button does is it fully illuminates the ring flash. Now, the reason I like this setting is when you are magnifying snowflakes, you have to understand that the more magnification you have, the less light actually makes it back to the camera sensor. So one of the trickiest parts about snowflake photography is actually finding the snowflake you want to shoot. When everything is markedly magnified and you're trying to hunt and find where that is, even a small area is very difficult to cover. Now, the light sensor, or the light function on the ring flash, allows you to find the snowflake you want. But the one that's really important for actual photography, you will have an option on your ring flash to, and you can't really see it here, but there's a left and a right choice here. Clicking mode until you get to left or right. I've selected left, and I'm going to increase the light intensity right there. Now, what we want to actually do to get the best photos for snowflakes is we actually want to just illuminate the half of the flash. And the flash that we want is the upper half. Now, normally ring flashes are divided into left and right if I were shooting like this. But because I want to actually just shoot with the upper ones, not the lower lights, I have set this to left, which will illuminate just the top portion of the ring flash, like so. Well, you can't really tell, but it was just, maybe if I angle it more you might be able to see, but it's just the upper portion of that. And the reason that that's going to be important has to do with how light reflects off of the snowflake. If I use the entire ring flash, I may not get the subtle details that you saw in that initial image. But if I use just the top half, the light that's reflecting off the snowflake and then bounces back to the sensor is going to give me the optimal sheen, if you will, off of the snowflake and make it look absolutely spectacular. So that's the setup for the ring flash.